Here's Martinez. Martinez lets it go from the outside, and a fantastic goal to open up the second half. What a shot!
It's time for the Tulsa Roughnecks FC pregame show with your hosts, Jeremy Poplin and Dave Saunders.
Hello everyone and welcome back into Tulsa Roughnecks soccer here in lovely One Oak Field in downtown Tulsa, one of the best backdrops in the entire USL. I'm Jeremy Poplin, joined by Dave Saunders as we get set for tonight's matchup in the Black and Gold Derby, the very first edition so far in the 2016 season, as we're battling out for that wrench. Unfortunately, Oklahoma City owns that wrench due to their victories last season between these two teams. And it's always great to welcome Oklahoma City in one of the best rivalries in all of USL. And the Roughnecks have their hands full tonight with this Oklahoma City team that's coming in. But before we get to that, Dave Saunders, we need to recap last week. Unfortunately, another loss and 3 more points down the drain for the Tulsa Roughnecks. But one important factor that I feel like that we need to bring up right off the top is that this team never gave up. Things started off proper, as you might say, losing Irla Davrin, though, in the 16th minute due to a red card. We had a chance to go back and look at the replay of it. It's a little bit tough. I will say this, you have some refereeing background. I've played the game before. It's a little tough to go ahead and pull out the red card 16 minutes in, but sometimes that's what happens in this sport.
Yeah, I think, just going back to it, I think he was a young referee, as they seem to be, by the way, a lot of young referees in the USL. My criticism would be that he went for the card almost as Dav was getting up, which I think was disappointing. I think a more experienced referee would have taken his time, maybe consulted an assistant referee, and I think a yellow card would have sufficed. It wasn't a tackle that Dav will be proud of, but, you know, as you say, they had to carry on. It was early, and they went with 10 men, and boy, did they fight.
Yeah, they absolutely did fight. Let's talk a little bit about what that meant to the lineup change that we saw, and it forces your hand extremely early. That's something that no coach wants to have to deal with that early in the match like that. But the Roughnecks, I thought, at least handled it in a proper way throughout the entire first half.
They did, and we know David Irvin. Nothing flusters him. He just said, right, we're down to 10, we've got to get on with it, and this is what we'll do. And he changed the shape. Sammy played up front on his own. He adjusted things a little bit in midfield, and they really fought hard. And, of course, they went in at half-time quite happy with proceedings.
Well, they did, and we got to see someone with more growth that we've talked about a lot, and that's young Jason Ramos Carpio in scoring his very first goal inside the USL. What a fantastic goal that it was. I talked to some of the players after the game. They said, we've seen that pullback move a number of times in practice. That's his go-to move. St. Louis hadn't seen it yet, though. He pulled back inside the box, set himself up, and what a fantastic first goal for young Carpio.
Fantastic first goal, and, you know, on a disappointing night, let's be honest about it, that was one of the things that we were pleased about, to see him get his first goal. And I hope that will mean that he can get his confidence, strength to strength, and the fans will fall in love with him if he keeps doing that move, like you said. A great finish.
And he wasn't done on the night. We saw an assist from young Carpio as well, this time on a corner, and that man, number 9, continues on this hot streak. Another goal for Sammy Ochoa. This is an incredible run.
There's another positive that I was just saying to you about. Again, on a disappointing night, Sammy scores a goal, and it was a great cutback, and Sammy's in the right place that you want your number 9 to be. And he led very, very well on a difficult night. So well done to him, and let's hope he keeps scoring.
Now, adjustments at halftime. We were critical on the broadcast, at least I was, of the St. Louis side. I thought St. Louis did not take enough advantage of having the one-man advantage throughout the first half. I thought the Roughnecks, that's to take nothing away from them. I thought they played extremely well down a man. I did not think St. Louis, though, took advantage with the type of possession that you would see when you run up a man. We knew that would change, though, going into the locker room at halftime. Their coach, extremely professional, has been doing this a very long time. He came out and made the adjustments, and boy, did those adjustments pay off.
Well, something that I noticed was as soon as the Roughnecks scored their second goal, it was actually Chad Bond who got the players together in the middle, almost like a timeout, and said, look, calm yourselves down. This is going to be okay. We're playing against 10. We've got to sort a way through. And, of course, we scored very late on, and it meant the halftime whistle came. And, as you said, the experienced coach is going to sort things out, and they did, and they came out firing, and credit to them, 11v10. It really showed in the second half.
No, it absolutely did, and now you have to worry about where this team is at mentally heading into tonight's matchup. I think both of us agree the time off period, having a week off last week, with Memorial Day over the weekend. I know a couple of players took advantage of being able to go home, take some time away from soccer. I don't think that you could ask for time off to come at a better time. I mean, if you could go through and schedule it, last week would have been it, because of the amount of injuries that we've had and because of the results that we've also seen.
Here to everything you've just said, and I think as a coach, David Irvin must be looking for times when, you know, he's going to bring him in for extra training sometimes because that needs to be done, but equally as well, he's going to be saying, where can I give these guys a rest? Where can they go away? Where can they recharge the batteries and come back feeling fresh? And this game is so important tonight, isn't it, against your local rivals, but they've had that rest. They're going to be raring to go pop, and we can't wait for this one.
I wanted to ask your general thoughts on how you feel that Jake Feener has been playing. Obviously, Jake coming in last year, having an incredible run to put the Roughnecks in position to make the playoffs. It's been tough because some of the goals have been fantastic that have been given up so far this season. I know Jake is an extremely headstrong young man. The last thing that he wants is to have this type of results. He has a lot of pride in the game that he's played. Mangles had a little bit of an injury coming in off of the Open Cup game, so Feener was back in the net. How do you feel that Jake has played so far?
Very, very well. You know, I think Alex Mangles, I was impressed with him when I saw him. I think we've got two very fine young men in between the sticks. No keeper wants to let 5 goals in, of course. But as you say, I think we were up against a quality striker on that night. I think he's done extremely well. He does the simple things well. And if I was a central defender, I'd be very, very happy with him barking out the instructions behind me. I think he's done really, really well, and I hope it continues. But I say again, we've got 2 great goalkeepers at this club. Let's not forget Mangles as well.
Let's talk a little bit about the adjustments to the lineups that we've seen so far. Obviously, you have to change things around when you have the red card early on. But moving Abador back to the middle, we saw Brady Ballou start in the back on the right-hand side this time. And it kind of gave a different feel and a different look. Gus Villalobos also back in the starting lineup as well. This is still a process that is ongoing because of the injuries. You know, by now you would like to have your 11 in place and move forward. Obviously, you want to give them rest at different times. But due to the amazing amount of injuries that this club has had so far, you still see kind of mix and match pieces with everyone in almost every single position.
Yeah, it's like a jigsaw puzzle, isn't it? And there are pieces that aren't quite in the right place, they aren't quite fitting. You know, for example, Gary Chenaratsu, we love Gary Chenaratsu, and I would love to see Gary Chenaratsu play at right back so he can do his defending and he can push on the right hand side. He's doing a great job, let me hasten to add, at left back because he's got to do that. But yeah, when these players start coming back from injuries, you know, David Irvin is going to have a different problem. He's going to have a fully fit squad, and he's going to have to fit 15 guys into 11 places, and or even more than 15, you know. But I think at the moment he's doing what he can, and obviously every game has a disappointment. There's an injury, there's sendings off. He's got to contend with that. But I say again, he's an experienced manager, and nothing ruffles his feathers. You know him as well as I do, and he just continues to put the pieces in where he can. Brady Ballou, I'd love to see Brady Ballou playing on the right-hand side, like we saw him play last season at his best. I don't think he's a right back, but he had to do a job for the team. So there are pieces to fill in, and I think it'll get better as we go on.
One of those pieces that we do not have to worry about needing to fill in on has been Matt Wadley. He's played every minute so far this season, and he has been the Iron Man, so to speak, of the Tulsa Roughnecks and has had an incredible season so far. You still have to tell me what the difference between someone being Welsh is and to another part of England. Is that like our being from Alabama and from Oklahoma and the different type of accents that you see?
Well, it certainly is, and there's a healthy rivalry. Matt, we can't wait to play you at Euro 2016, and we hope that England are going to beat Wales, of course.
Talk already.
There is a massive rivalry, and we haven't even started talking about rugby as well. You know, there's even more of a rivalry with rugby. But it's a different country within the United Kingdom, and he's a great guy, and I think he's been outstanding for the Roughnecks. And I have met him off the field as well, and he's a really good guy. And of course, he's got family that get up at some unearthly hour in the morning to watch him play. He's a terrific guy, and a really good signing.
And that family that you mentioned is very active on Twitter as well. They're always throwing out shout outs saying, hey, we're up extremely early in the morning to watch Matt Watley continue to play and live his dream here in the United States. We asked Matt that very question, coming in, what's it like to have family members up at all times of the night and early in the morning back here watching him in the States play in Tulsa, Oklahoma?
My family are great, they're my biggest fans. They wake up every Saturday, I think it's 1 a.m., 2 a.m. back home, and they stream the games, and I talked to my dad the day after about everything that's going on. Yeah, they're fantastic, I couldn't do it without them. The support's been brilliant. And I think my family are going to come over in a few weeks as well to watch a few of the games. But yeah, like I said, they don't miss a game, they love it, they love soccer, they love me playing. So yeah, they're my biggest fans. Obviously you do think of them, a lot of people are watching, and you want to try and impress and play well for my family as well. So yeah, I do think of them when we're playing. No, obviously I'm glad to play every game, but it has been tiring. We've had some tough games. But yeah, I have to keep going. I've had a few little injuries, but hopefully I can treat them and keep going and play as many games as I can.
Thank you very much to Matt Watley for joining us here before pregame as we get set for the Black and Gold Derby here at One Oak Field this evening. He's an impressive young man, is he not?
He really is. Like I say, on the field, I think he's been outstanding. Off the field, a terrific guy. So I hope he plays every single minute of the season, because we certainly need it back there.
Absolutely. And one of the new aspects to this Roughneck side this season is Ryan Ego, the goalkeepers coach. He has two great young goalkeepers to work with. One that came off of a fantastic finish last year, like we've talked about a number of times with Jake Feener, and now working with Alex Mangles. And we had a chance to catch up with Coach Ego earlier today and asked him what his excitement level was like going into his first ever derby matchup with Oklahoma City.
Listening to the guys last year talking about the increased fan support, increased energy around the match, I'm looking forward to it. I think our matches this year have been close, and I think it's going to add that extra level of intensity to the match. From the coaching staff, we take it one game at a time. We like to take it that it is just another game for us. The players kind of will feed into that and will take it personally, and it's their own in-state rivalry. But from the coaching staff, we try and take it one game at a time and try and take the pressure off the players a little bit. From a goalkeeping standpoint, you're always feeling, the pressure is always there. Whether or not you feel it, that's the individual keepers. But from a goalkeeping standpoint, last line of defense, the mistakes we made go right up on the scoreboard. So from the goalkeeper standpoint, me personally as a coach, try and take the pressure off, keep the intensity up, and just try and focus on making the next save.
Thank you to Ryan Ego for joining us, the Roughnecks goalkeeper coach. And pretty impressive is not only his career so far and coming here to Tulsa, kind of the benefits that he's added to this side. And how about that? He says that the pressure can start to build up. But one thing that we do know about both of these keepers is that they're both extremely positive.
They're both extremely positive. They go out together, they train with Ryan, they spend a lot of time together, and it's like a little goalkeepers union, as it is in any good soccer team. And he will be positive with them. They'll talk through mistakes, but they will concentrate on positive things. Do you remember that cross that you just took out of the air? Do you remember that simple thing that you did? Your distribution was good. You were good when the ball came to your feet. He's positive. They are both positive. It goes well for the defense in the team.
And that brings us to tonight's matchup with Oklahoma City, the Black and Gold Derby as the Energy are in town. This is a very important matchup for the Tulsa Roughnecks, considering where they stand now as far as the table is concerned in the Western Conference. You have a lot of experience with derbies coming from England, obviously. This one, though, is special and one of the ones that we should be extremely thankful for inside of USL.
Absolutely. There is nothing better in soccer than a local derby. I've said it in the commentary, I'll say it again. Having grown up in England, I can talk about Liverpool, Everton, the Manchester derby, and then I'll put this one in for Gary Chinnerazzo, Celtic Rangers, which will come back hopefully next season. There is nothing like a local derby. At the end of the day, though, Pop, it is 3 points. But it means so much more than 3 points to the fans. And what is it? Just sort of an hour and a half down the road. It's a local derby, and they're coming to our patch. We don't want to lose to them. We want 3 points badly against Oklahoma City tonight.
And the thing that intrigues me about this matchup is I go back to every single time that these two sides met last year, and there was not that much difference at all. We talked about that a number of times inside the game. I mean, a few misses here and there, going a couple of different ways, and Tulsa could have been holding that wrench at the end of the season last year.
It was very, very close every time we went down there. I mean, I can remember, going down with you, and we were sat behind the goal, weren't we, commentating, and we kept Mr. Koenig quite quiet, and then he got an opportunity and scored like a good goal scorer does. But we've got Sammy Ochoa on form, so you can pick out players and you can match them up. I think they are a 4-4-2 team. I think they are very solid. They are hard to break down. I know they haven't had the best of starts for this season, but I think they've won the last two. So they're going to be a hard nut to crack. But, the boys are going to be up for this in the orange shirts, and we're going to be really going at them from the whistle.
And the thing about a derby is, and you will see it coming up tonight, these two teams may not like each other very much, even some back and forth, maybe a little bit from the bench, but one thing is for sure, that they do respect each other, and I know that David Irving respects what Jimmy Nielsen has been able to accomplish in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, it's a local derby. There'll be tackles flying in, there'll be a little bit of banter on the field. Maybe between the coaching staff, whatever. But at the end of the game, you hope that everybody will shake hands and say, well done, good game, let's go and have a beer together. I mean, it's a local derby. There's a lot at stake. There's a lot of emotion. We hope the refereeing is good. We hope that the players play within the laws of the game and the Roughnecks win.
Absolutely, and they will have to deal with the impact of not, unfortunately, having Irla Davern for this game because of sitting out due to the red card. We are so excited about the opportunity to bring you this version of our derby here in the state of Oklahoma. It's the Black and Gold Derby between the Tulsa Roughnecks and the Oklahoma City Energy. Thank you so much to both of our guests, Matt Wiley and Ryan Ego. For my partner David Saunders, I'm Jeremy Poplin saying stay tuned because USL Soccer is coming up next from the best park in the entire league, One Oak Field.
Korski.
All right, thanks so much, Kirk, and welcome, Roughnecks Nation. It has been a while, and we are glad that you guys are right back here at One Oak Field, and we are excited for round one of that Black Gold Derby tonight, and we are glad that you guys are here. I want to thank our sponsors, News on 6, 97.1, The Sports Animal, for helping us bring us tonight's match, plus our post-match fireworks show. Now, there's a lot of things I want you guys to know about that are going on tonight. First of all, we got something new that's going on. We're calling it Bubble Soccer. That's going to happen right before our fireworks tonight. If you guys want to play Bubble Soccer, head over to our friends at Sports U, right in front of the Old Eric entrance out there, in front of that Harsco sign. There's a table right over there, the Sports U table, and you can sign up to participate in tonight's Bubble Soccer. That'll happen right before our fireworks show. The only way you can participate is if you head over there. So make sure you guys go check them out. They got a ton of stuff over there. If you're looking for a place to do a birthday party, something fun, something different, Sports U. Go check our friends out over there. Now, I want to make sure you guys know about something new that we're doing tonight, something else that's new that we're doing tonight. We got a brand new app that we want you guys to check out in the park, and you guys can order beer right to your seats. If you guys are sitting in the reserved seats, you can download this app in the park, and all you have to do is go in there and we will deliver beer to your seats. Yes, you heard that right. No lines, no waiting. During the match, we will deliver beer right to your seat. Search the App Store, Google Play in the park, and download that and check that out, and you guys can get beer delivered right to your seat. So make sure you guys stick around after the match tonight. We're going to do the roustabout man of the match. We got fireworks, plus our guys are going to be coming around signing autographs. So make sure you guys check that out, and you guys can be here. The guys are going to come around the lower end of the seating bowl. They want to come around and see everyone. And the party doesn't stop there. The official after party tonight is at Lefties on Greenwood, at the corner of Greenwood and Archer over there. Our guys are going to be over there. It's an all-ages after party. It's $1 off domestics and $5 Roughneck 83 drinks. So head over there after tonight's match for the official after party. All right, Roughnecks Nation, you guys are in for a blast tonight. We are glad that you are here. Get loud, stand proud, and beat Oklahoma City.
A special
special welcome to our McDonald's starting 11 team. The Metro Tulsa Soccer Club will escort the Roughnecks onto the field and stand with them during the national anthem. If your team would like to participate in the McDonald's starting 11 program for a match during the 2016 season, head up to guest services or call Matt Bishop at 574-8317. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to One Oak Field, home of your Tulsa Roughnecks FC. Special thanks goes out to News on 6 and 97.1 The Sports Animal, tonight's match sponsors. Fans, here are the reserves for tonight's match for your Tulsa Roughnecks FC. Alex Mangles, Irla Davarin. Anthony Peters, Taylor Morgan. Carlos Martinez, Bolobi. Christian Mata, Jason Ramos Carpio. Mason Grimes, and Hunter Harrison. The Roughnecks are led by head coach David Irving, assisted by Tom Taylor, Mac Orr, and Ryan Ego, and joined by athletic trainer Kobe Smith and team doctor Dr. John E. Ariala. Fans, here are the officials for tonight's match. The referee is Patrick Rosas. Assistant referees are Matt Geringer and Spencer Scopel, and the fourth official is Jeremy Crockett. And now for your Tulsa Roughnecks starting 11. The goalkeepers, number 25, Jake Feener. Defender, number 2, Gary Chenarazzo. Defender, number 4, Matt Watley. Defender number 13, Raymond Lee. Defender number 5, David Amador. Midfielder number 24, Brady Ballou. Midfielder number 7, Henry. Midfielder number 17, Gus Villalobos. Midfielder number 10, Kaleem. Forward number 23, Adriano Pellegrino. And forward number 9, Sammy Ochoa. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise, remove your caps, and stand at attention for our national anthem.
Andrews, Kyle Hyland, Sebastian Dalgard is one of the midfielders, along with Michael Busko. Vucic Wojciech from the midfield as well. Michael Thomas rounding out the four in the middle. Daniel Gonzalez up top, along with Danny Kooning, who has 2 goals on the season. And for the home side, for the Tulsa Roughnecks, as the coin toss is taking place, Jake Feener in the net tonight, along with Gary Generazzo back in his original position along the back line. Matt Watley in the middle, along with David Abador. And Raymond Lee back in the starting lineup for the first time in several months since he went down with injury in St. Louis. Brady Ballou, along with Gustavo Villalobos, Henry, and Kaleem round out the midfield. Adriano Pellegrino back from injury. His knee is fit and ready to go. And the leading scorer for the Tulsa Roughnecks is Sammy Ochoa, with 6 goals on the season so far. And that is your starting lineup for this evening, brought to you by McDonald's and the official sponsor of the Kids Starting 11. Prior to each match at One Oak Field, you can check out the Pick 2 for $5 deals on your next visit to McDonald's. I am Jeremy Poplin, joined by David Saunders, as we are set and ready to go for the Black and Gold Derby, live from One Oak Field in one of the best backdrops in all of the USL, with the city of Tulsa and the buildings gleaming in the background. Well, partner, a couple of quick thoughts from you briefly before we get started here this evening.
Well, you know me, I'm ever the optimist, but I'm really, really buoyed by the fact that Brady Ballou will be released from the shackles of playing at right back. He will play on the right-hand side of midfield, and we want the best out of Brady Ballou tonight. By his own admission, he's not had the confidence, he's not played his best. We need a performance from Brady tonight, wearing the number 24 shirt. And to me, a real key tonight is that the Scotsman Gary Generazzo is back to his right back spot. Now, don't get me wrong here, he's been brilliant at left back. He's had to play there. But to have Raymond Lee back there, I know you rate Raymond Lee very highly, as I do, at left back, Generazzo at right back. We now have a balanced back four, and Brady Ballou in front on the right-hand side. Sammy Ochoa up front on his own, probably Henry sitting in, could be a 4-1-4-1, 4-5-1, turns into a 4-3-3. We know that David Irvin has a wry smile when he calls it 4-4-2. What I will say is that every time I've seen OKC play, they stick to a very rigid 4-4-2. They are hard to break down, but I'm optimistic. The sun is shining, and away we go, Pop. Over to you.
The official weather forecast for tonight's match is provided by the News on 6 meteorologist Travis Meyer. The weather for kickoff, how about this? 82 degrees as we get started on this gorgeous night. It is already June in the summer of soccer. Copa underway. Euro 2016 will join in progress shortly. And the Roughnecks with an early corner to start off this contest. There is Adriano Pellegrino, the Australian, back off of injury. Right knee looking much better.
Well, he's another positive for me. Here's the corner.
In swinger to the inside. Watley pushed up inside the box. They will leave it for Pellegrino as he blasts one off of the Energy midfielder. And they will say it is last touch by the Tulsa Roughnecks.
To have Pellegrino back in the midfield, he's going to be pushing up front with Ochoa whenever he can. There he is, look, nearest to Sammy Ochoa. He just gives Cyprian Hedrick a pat on the back. That's going to be a good physical battle all night. I really rate Cyprian Hedrick. He's a brilliant, brilliant defender. There's a somersault throw, which call me old-fashioned, I don't like, but there we go.
Try to keep in play there from Kaleem on the header near midfield. This will be another throw in, and they will swing this one through the back line. There's Andrews, who plays wide. Hyland up past midfield, dribbling with his left foot. Still no pressure. Leaves one down the line for Dalgard. That's Generazzo that comes over to challenge Sebastian.
Dalgard's another great player, in my opinion, and Generazzo will have his work cut out. But then I could say that for Dalgard, because Generazzo is a very, very fine defender. Here's my prediction: a somersault. I thought it was going to be a somersault. It's a long throw into the box.
Banged around, and the shot that is deflected off of Watley, who stepped in front. That ball was able to leak all the way through the 18 to the opposite side. And the first attempt there from Oklahoma City, and now we will have the throw in from Michael Harris. Deep inside the box, Abador gets a head on it. Out to Kaleem. Kaleem tries to fight through 2 defenders. Good job of winning the ball there. A giveaway from Pellegrino, looking for Villalobos. Raymond Lee steps in on the challenge near the corner. The 18 has it. Look at the patience from Raymond. Sends it centrally. Henry. Now Villalobos to the outside. Chinarazzo plays the ball up the line. Running onto it is Brady Ballou. Can Ballou get there from the outside? He does. Almost slips it in over the top from Lorendi. And how about the effort from Brady Ballou here early? Roughnecks are not done. Still safe there. Ball played in, looking for Cho on the run to Pellegrino. And Pellegrino loses it.
Well, frantic start, and the Roughnecks there with the best effort. There was a bit of hesitation between the keeper and one of his defenders there, and Brady Ballou was onto it. Gary Chinarazzo's fine ball in behind the defence, and Brady Ballou saw the keeper off his line, and a good effort on goal, and that to me will give Ballou confidence. And as I said before the game started, they're going to link up so well tonight, in my opinion, Chinarazzo and Brady Ballou. That's a real key for me tonight.
Lorendi needed springs to be able to get up and get a hand and a piece of that, and he did. And it was a foot race between Cody Andrews and Brady Ballou, and Ballou got there just before Andrews did. Flick on there, a little shove from Pellegrino. And service to Pellegrino. On sides, tries to step back over. Good bit of defending there from Harris on the outside. Ends up fighting with Ochoa, and the referee pointing in favor of the Roughnecks. The center official this evening is Patrick Rosas.
And he's a 26-year-old. I thought I just looked that up. Slightly ironically, he says. 26, the referee tonight. Moving on, Pellegrino in there, in this battle. It is going to be a battle tonight. It's a local derby, and already we've seen him putting himself about. Great player, in my opinion.
Throw in from Raymond Lee. Comes back to him. Service in the box. Bit too heavy. Ballou will get there in enough time before he gets to the touchline. Back to Chinarazzo. Touch there from Ballou. Trying to fight against the defender there. Wojciech comes away. Long ball forward from Highland, looking for Koenig. And cleared out of the danger area by Watley.
Yeah, Abador and Watley there combining to clear the danger, but we all know about Danny Koenig. Enough said. We need to keep the lad quiet tonight.
Here's Dalgard cutting towards the byline, ball in, and knocked out of play by Abador over the byline, and a corner now coming up for the Energy here in the 6th minute.
Good game, Pop, isn't it? 5.5 minutes gone. You know, we've seen a corner at each end, both teams going for this, and interesting enough, it is a 4-4-2 for the OKC. And I still would say that it's more versatile formation for David Irvin's Roughnecks. 0-0 though.
To the opposite side of the box, no immediate danger there, and a goal kick now coming up for Jake Feener. In his 5th start of the season is Jake Feener. 360 minutes coming in, has given up 11 goals. 13 saves for a save percentage of around 54%. The number that I know Jake would like to see come down is his goals against average, up near 2.7 per game against Jake Feener.
He was beaten by 4 good strikes from Herrera, wasn't he, last time out here? Felt a bit sorry for him on that night. Couldn't do a lot about any of them, really.
Good ball down the line from Chinarazzo. Pellegrino is there, turns, looks. Maybe a bit early from Adriano there from the deep corner.
Yeah, trying to get the ball in early there, trying to catch them off guard. Here are the OKC at the other end now.
Wojciech cuts back to the inside, plays the ball centrally. Usko to the outside for Dalgard. Dalgard thought about it, pulls it back with the right. Uskov square ball across the field. Kaleem almost gets there in enough time, but Harris still has it. Simple touch to the outside. Oklahoma City with possession. Harris continuing his run, overlapping run. Usko looking for Koenig inside the box. unable to link up with him there. Kooning header. Little bit of misconfusion there. And a giveaway against the Energy. They're deep on the opposite side of the field on the touchline. A throw in now for Raymond Lee. Great to see Raymond Lee back in the lineup.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, a member of the back four and then put Fina in there 5. They've defended really well so far, and it's been good. They got away with one early on when the ball fizzed around the area a little bit, but you need a bit of luck early on. But let's hope they're watertight tonight against Mr. Kooning and Vucic Wojciech.
Of course, Raymond Lee spent last year with the Philadelphia Union. First time that he's been back in the lineup since earlier this season. Was injured in the road game at St. Louis for the Tulsa Roughnecks. Go look at Brady Ballou, who, as you mentioned, has not gotten off to the best start so far this season. Last year, one of the Rookie of the Year candidates. All over the top, trying to find Ballou. Ballou will get there before he will let this one trickle out over the byline as it came off of the defender, Kyle Highland. And the Roughnecks will have an opportunity now in the corner.
And Brady Ballou loves this football club, doesn't he? He loves the fans, he loves the football club, and he wants to do better. And let's hope he can do it tonight and get a goal. Here's the corner from Pellegrino.
Pellegrino, service in. Oh, header was there. That was Raymond Lee up off the back line, but sends it over the top of the crossbar, and an opportunity missed, but still that presence being felt now from Raymond Lee.
Yeah, Raymond Lee only 5'11", small by some of the 6-footers in the Roughneck side, but he got up well then, round about 10 yards out, but just didn't have enough to get over it, so headed it to, a good few yards over. But good sign spot from the men in orange.
Lorendi sends this goal kick forward. Skips off the top of Kaleem.
I don't know whether they're trying to change the statistics. I was reading the statistic that the Roughnecks have only won once in their orange kits, but what they've done tonight, they've gone from white socks to orange socks, all in orange tonight.
Here's Busco towards the byline. Cut off there. It's Villalobos. Forward for Kaleem. Kaleem one touch.
There's Raymond Lee defending well then. That was danger there as the lad got down the right-hand side, but Lee is a great signing and good to have him back. That looks a solid back four to me tonight for the Roughnecks.
Wadley. Generazzo back to Wadley. Had a chance to chat with Matt Wadley in our pregame show. I'm sure his family is watching on the YouTube feed. Here's Ballou. Nice ball from Ballou on the run from Generazzo. Generazzo will pull back. Ballou with his back to the touchline. Cuts to the inside. Unlucky there is Brady Ballou. Knocked away from him. Gonzalez. Back to Harris for Kooning. Dalgard through the center circle. Nice slide and the tackle there. And Brady Ballou will be whistled for the foul. I don't mind that challenge there at midfield.
No, that's okay. The referee just has a little word.
Michael Thomas is searching ball forward, finds his man, then knocked away. Square there from Kaleem. Out to Gary. Nike Soccer is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information.
Generazzo having to go back there from almost the halfway line to keeper Fina, but that's okay. That's Roughnecks keeping possession of the ball.
Good ball there from Abador, finding Raymond Lee. Raymond Lee still with possession. Approaching the 18, Lee leaves it. Here's Kaleem. Kaleem gets there before the byline, sends it across, and Lorendi hops on it in front of Brady Ballou. But a nice ball from Abador, and that's some build-up from the back line that we haven't seen too terribly much of so far this season.
You've taken the words right out of my mouth. Tom Taylor there was applauding the assistant to David Irving because that was a great build-up, and Kaleem there just trying to get the ball back. One of those pullbacks that we see so often in a game of soccer resulting in a goal, but the keeper there, Lorendi, was alert to the danger.
Here's OKC now just outside the center circle as you see the replay on the YouTube feed. Thank you to those of you watching on YouTube and also listening in on the radio side here in Tulsa on your home for CBS Sports, 1300 The Buzz. Busco. Miscommunication with Dalgard and a dead giveaway.
And don't you love this about Dave Irvin? He's come out, he's picked a side tonight. You know, yes, there's a few players back. I make it 3 changes from the side that lost to St. Louis. But, you know, they've come out and they've come out all guns blazing. They're doing really, really well here. And we should say, if you want to get in contact via Twitter, at Roughnecks Radio, all one word, at Roughnecks Radio. Come on, Watley family, where are you? What time is it in Wales? Let me know. And do you think that you've got any chance against England in Euro 2016? I don't think you have, but that's my opinion.
There's a foul on the touchline. We saw a shot of Highland there, who found the net in the U.S. Open Cup in their victory against Rayo OKC. Carey with the ball played inside the 18. Ochoa wins on the header, then finally cleared away. Skied over the halfway line. A nice settle from midfield. And the Roughnecks defense is able to recover as Henry pushes forward for Kaleem. Kaleem has a bit of space in front of him, has Chinarazzo to the outside, will pull back. Baloo was calling for it on the diagonal run, but more patience now from the Roughnecks with Pellegrino. Villalobos. Just signed several weeks ago is Gustavos Villalobos. Watley inside the circle to Abador. Finds Lee. Kaleem stuck there. The referee is going to award the Roughnecks the ball. OKC tried to get away with the quick throw in, which gets David Irving up off the bench early. Villalobos finds Kaleem. Kaleem. Ball played towards the corner. Can Baloo get there in time? He cannot. Bit heavy there from Kaleem, but right idea and a good look from Kaleem as he cut towards the center of the pitch. And I like the way that the Roughnecks have approached this game here in the 15th minute, Dave Saunders.
Yeah, I agree with you, Pop. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. David Irvin said in the interview with me, he said, we've got to stop giving away soft goals. And this is really good for the Roughnecks, but we don't want to go down to that soft goal, you know, just one attack, because Fina's not had anything to do yet. So it's all Roughnecks at the moment from the attacking side of the game.
Gus turns, looks, finds Kaleem on the outside. Challenge there from behind. Kaleem loses control of it. Challenge there from Villalobos, comes away empty. Busco doing a good job of keeping the ball away there on the challenge from Villalobos.
The other thing I like, you know, beautiful here at One Oak. Again, we say what a fantastic job the ground staff have done again, putting this down, you know, for on the infield. And this, the drillers are here again this week. And, you know, but what I like is we've got LA Union at one end, we've got the roustabouts at the other end. And it's good to see a crowd from OKC here, but they haven't given them the end behind the goal that LA Union have taken over. So I'm really pleased to see that tonight. Well done, One Oak.
Those are members of the grid that have made their way up the turnpike. I believe the Roughnecks said that somewhere in the neighborhood of 70 to 75 members of the grid were going to make their way down the turnpike. Here's a foul as you get a look at Jake Feener. This will be Pellegrino from just inside the touchline, right on the edge of the offensive third for the Roughnecks. 5 Roughnecks players inside the box, and the referee will call over and have a chat. Bring Sammy Ochoa over, the captain, leading goal scorer for the Roughnecks with 6 goals on the season. Cody Andrews involved as well. Andrews so far on the season has appeared in 8 games, 704 minutes, has a goal. Pellegrino's ball. Gonzalez gets to it first. Villalobos out for the challenge. Plays it off of Gonzalez, and has earned a throw-in. Unlucky there is Kaleem. Good ball forward now. Here's Kooning, dead run. Can Raymond Lee shut off the angle?
Excellent goalkeeping, but excellent defending. And our man Raymond Lee, what a man to have back in your team. We have missed Raymond Lee. He's done so well there. And Danny Koenig, in the end, I have to say, was just outpaced by Lee, and thank goodness he did. That was a moment of danger, but well done Raymond Lee, and well done Fiener.
Absolutely, Fiener came out, was decisive in coming out, but you took the words right out of my mouth. You could see Raymond Lee, who was pacing behind for a few steps, and on the replay you saw what a good defender does is when he gets to the edge, he will use that extra arm on the inside to his advantage a little bit. He has to be very careful there. There's a thin line between drawing a foul and just using kind of his momentum and his body weight with his arm outstretched there, and Raymond Lee just muscled Danny Kooning off of the ball, and Fiener had already come out at that time.
And I might add, with a slightly more experienced referee, brilliant positioning from the referee. I watched him run in there just to see if there was any foul or anything going on. Good refereeing, great defending, good for the crowd to watch that.
Raymond Lee back. This will be start number 5 for him on the season. Kaleem's touch goes by the wayside. Here's a turn and look at midfield. Dalgard cuts inside, just past halfway point. Giveaway there, and now a foul. They'll say that Henry came in a bit late there on the challenge from Dalgard. Oklahoma City wants to waste no time, but the referee will call them back.
It's a good game. It's intriguing. 19 minutes gone. I think there's a good balance to the side. You know, I'll say again, Ballou there on the right-hand side. In behind him, Chenaratsu, and of course the aforementioned Lee. And then you've got Watley and Abidor, who are doing so well at centre-backs. So it's looking good. Sammy Ochoa hasn't had too much of a look at the ball yet, but that will come later on in the game.
Here's Highland. Plays centrally. Busco. Give and go there. Back to Busco. Leaves it inside the arc. Back to Highland. Highland plays and a goal. Oh, a beautiful setup there from OKC. And they have opened up the scoring here at ONEOK this evening.
Well, right on the 20-minute mark, and I wouldn't say it's a soft goal. I would say that's a very well-worked goal by OKC. But the heads, yeah, Pellegrino's just saying there, don't worry, just keep your heads. We've been doing really well for the first 20 minutes, but again, the Roughnecks have to come from behind. But in the end, that was a very well-worked goal, and the lad got just in front of the defender to finish Fiener no chance whatsoever. So Roughnecks, as I say, will have to come from behind, but they must not forget what they've achieved in the first 20 minutes.
That's Wojciech, who will get credit for the goal. And it was a nice ball played in from Highland as well. A terrific look from him. And goal number 1 of the season for Wojciech.
Well, the Roughnecks, you know, I don't say this with any kind of happiness at all in my voice, know what it's like to come from behind. So, you know, it's early, 20 minutes, that's a dive from the OKC player, but the referee's going to allow play to go on.
Here's Harris. Harris's ball takes one bounce inside the 18. Brady Ballou will clear this one out back towards the halfway line. Quick throw in now from Highland. Finds Busco. Here's a look at the goal on the YouTube feed, and on the opposite end from the back byline, ball played in there. One of the Roughnecks defenders got to it first. Raymond Lee turns and clears this one out of the area for the moment. Back to Thomas, and Thomas a bit egregious with that effort.
Yeah, just back to the goal. The defender was Matt Watley, and it was a great run from the lad to score. And he just got a yard ahead of Matt Watley there. Very difficult for defenders to track that run. It was a great build-up to the goal. But in the end, you know, 20 minutes and the Roughnecks are 1 down. But here they come again.
Here's Kaleem. From midfield, leaves for Henry. Abador now pulls back, looks to the outside. And an unfortunate ball there from David Abador that raises his hand as cannot find Raymond Lee, who was on the far touchline. Leaves now for Harris. USL does a great job on social media. You can become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive news and interactive content. Follow them on Twitter at USL to keep up with live action during the 2016 USL season, and Instagram as well to see match highlights and action shots from games around the USL. From the center circle, Busco, Harris, back to Hedrick. Koenig's ball there, knocked away. Here comes Henry. Pushes forward for Ochoa. Sammy trying to hold things up just a bit as 4 OKC players converge around him. Villalobos. Trying to go to the outside is Gustavo. Headed back from Harris, back to Lurendi.
They've got to keep playing the Roughnecks, haven't they? You know, they've had this setback, but they, you know, we were impressed with what they did in that first, 20 minutes before the goal, and they've got to keep playing that well. And I think Pellegrino is saying that. Just calm down and keep playing, guys. Keep playing the football.
OKC undefeated in 7 matches. Pellegrino will get whistled for the call here. Roughnecks had one fantastic attempt from Brady Ballou early. It was a save from Lurendi, who's only allowed 5 goals so far this season in what is his 7th appearance. As Fiener out to the edge of the box.
Yeah, good goalkeeping from Fiener there, because the ball was played over the top of the defence and in behind, and there was Danny Koenig, and you don't want him breathing down on your goalkeeper. And Fiener did well to come out there and foil the danger. Brady Ballou's gone from right to left just to mix things up a little bit.
Energy now. Play back on the angle to Andrews. To Highland up past midfield, dribbling with his left. Plays it towards the corner for Dalgard. Dalgard now stops, pulls back, and offsides as the AR's flag is up on the opposite side of the field. The AR1 and AR2 on the evening. Matt Geringer and Spencer Scoppel. The 4th official is Jeremy Crockett. All forward there from Fiener. You saw Fiener having to shield the sun out of his eyes there on that end of the field.
Kaleem with a very nice flick on there,
yes.
But just went out the reach of Sammy Ochoa through to the keeper, Lurendi.
That sun is difficult on that end of the pitch for Fiener to see into. Header back from Abador.
Do you know, Pop, I had a walk around the pitch, as you know, before, a good hour and a half before kickoff, and it is just the most perfect surface to play on. It really is a wonderful testament to the ground staff again, and they do this wonderful job of filling in the, the baseball. Well, we'll just come to you. Oh, Pellegrino nearly in there. And again, testament to them. Well done to them. Well done to all the Roughneck staff, because they put on such a great event here in downtown Tulsa. Really a wonderful place to be.
How was the infield surface when you walked around?
Yeah, absolutely fine. I heard 1 or 2 OKC players, not so happy with it, but I thought there was absolutely no problem with it whatsoever. If I was 30 years younger, I'd love to be out there myself. Long gone are those days now.
That was a nice ball from Ochoa, and Shinarato cannot get there in enough time. Boy, the degree of difficulty on that ball from Sammy to put it in that position with the run down the touchline.
Still good signs. Sammy Ochoa getting involved there, and he's got to keep involved in this game. It's not easy as a number 9 when you're not getting the ball to feet, but we know what Sammy Ochoa can do if he gets a half chance at goal.
Thomas leaves it back to Harris. The goal scorer Wojciech to Dalgard. Turns and faces as Highland. Highland's left-footed ball curling in towards the back post. And there's another goal on the backside. This time it's Gonzalez. Boy, that curling ball played in towards the back post. The Energy had 2 opportunities at it. And the first one went by the wayside. But number 12, Daniel Gonzalez, did not waste the second opportunity. Placed it into the backing on the opposite side of the net, away from Jake Feener. And the Energy have now gone up 2-0 here in Tulsa, with OKC leading.
Well, the first one was missed by Koenig, and then really Raymond Lee's good 5 yards away from the player there. Not particularly blaming him, but that's a great finish from Gonzalez. And now the Roughnecks have a bit more of a mountain to climb. Only 28 minutes gone, so still plenty of time. But as we always say, when you're 2-0 down, you need one back before half-time. So a big 17 minutes coming up, and they've got to keep playing.
So a game that started off in quite the Roughnecks' favor.
Yeah.
Has now gone the opposite direction. A 2-0 lead for OKC.
Well, the first one was missed. It was a diving header by Koenig. I'm just watching it again now. The ball comes in. Koenig misses it, but then in comes Gonzalez, and he was on the side of the 6-yard box, so that's quite a narrow angle finish. Again, nothing Feener can do. Raymond Lee possibly, could have been a bit tighter to him, but it's difficult when the first one's missed, and I don't think people were exactly ball watching, but it's disappointing to go down 2-0, isn't it?
Here's Ballou. Trying to fight there, then hacks down Highland. Foul awarded to OKC. Admiral Sportswear is the official sportswear provider of the Tulsa Roughnecks FC. In addition to the official team kits, also look for other Admiral products at One Oak Field. Highland's ball, looking for Dalgard. Or excuse me, that was actually Thomas that was coming over, the captain.
Yeah, he's normally central, isn't he? And came to the left-hand side there.
We'll leave this for Highland. Only his 3rd game played. Kaleem steps in front to take that one away. Dalgard had positioned himself there just inside the 18. Here's Sammy. Sammy doing his best there with the juggle to keep that one alive. Dalgard's ball played it inside. And just a bit too high there for Busco.
Yeah, Sebastian Dalgard there getting down the right-hand side. As we know, he's been starting the game on the left. He's actually staying central just for temporarily. But that was a good cross in there and just too much, too high. But the Roughnecks have really got to settle this down now and try and get a goal and not concede another one, obviously.
Hedrick over the top, climbed up the shoulder there on Kaleem. Foul inside the center circle on the Energy side of the pitch now for the Roughnecks. Pellegrino raises his hand. He will take this one.
Big man up from the back. Abidor's in there. But also Watley.
Pellegrino's ball. Cleared away there from Wojciech to Ballou. Ballou trying to cut towards the byline. Knocked off of the ball there and wins a foul. Brady had to sell that one just a bit, and he did. And the Roughnecks will now try to take advantage.
Yeah, and everybody back in a green shirt, back inside their box. 2-man wall. Pellegrino again over this free kick. Really good delivery needed. Can the Roughnecks get a goal from this play?
Roughnecks did not play last weekend. They are still banged up, but might be as healthy as they've been in a while. Here's Pellegrino. His low line drive ball cleared out of play.
Need to beat the first man with your free kick, and Pellegrino didn't there. He was trying to drive it. I could see what he was trying to do, drive it in low.
Choa fighting near the 18. Henry brings this one down. Back to Adriano. Too deep from Adriano as Larendi has it. The note that we had earlier with the Roughnecks having the week off, their last practice which was last Thursday, before the week off, before David Irving gave them a few days to rest and recoup. Guys like Jake Feener actually had a chance to go back to Seattle for a few days. They had 8 players available for practice last Thursday. That's how banged up that Tulsa has been.
Yes, I couldn't believe it when David said that in the interview. Just 8 players training. That's like you say, you know, it's been a tough run injury-wise, and a couple of suspensions as well hasn't helped. But you know, I say again, David just gets on with it. That's football, he says, and gets on with it. And they've really started this game well. First 20 minutes, and then really, 2 goals in 7 minutes. Find themselves 2-0 down to their local rivals. And that's what they need to look up at the scoreboard and see. It's not just any old team in it tonight, it's OKC. And David will be saying that at half-time. Bit of pride, bit of fight in this local derby.
Lean trying to cut through the defenders. Good cut to the inside. Dalgard dribbling through the center. Oh, tries to play it there for Koenig. Step in there from Abador.
Yeah, Abador, good defending again.
And Ochoa ran into one of the players, and Sammy's going to get pulled off to the side now, away from this scuffle. And
well, I don't think it was malicious. I don't think it was
no,
deliberate.
not at all.
Sammy's just talking to the player. I think he did, to be fair, he did get a bit of a shove, but I don't think it was. Here's the experience of the referee, Pop. Just talking to Sammy Ochoa, not reaching for a card. Sammy's saying, yeah, okay, you know, and that's good refereeing to me. That's what we need to see.
Quite frankly, and we'll get a chance to see the replay here on exactly what happened. All right. Sammy.
Yeah, but it was accidental, wasn't it? You know, both players. Nobody.
You think that was accidental? I saw Sammy's arms kind of come up a bit, and I'm the biggest Sammy Ochoa fan that you will find in the world. There's maybe a little bit behind that. I will say this, in Sammy's defense, I thought it was a bit of acting from Highland as well.
Highland's okay. He's up on his feet. Sammy's okay. The referee didn't produce a card. Yeah.
Sammy's arms came up a little bit. He'll be the first to admit that.
Self-protection, he would say, wouldn't he?
Self-protection. In the 36th minute, OKC leading 2-0. Sammy's just a physical player. Sammy has always been that way.
Yeah,
his entire career.
And there's nothing wrong with that in the game of soccer, and I wish it would be more. Playing within the laws, but, you know, crunching tackles in a local derby, fine by me. Just don't go out to break someone's legs, or, you know, don't flout the laws of the game, but go in hard. That's the game of soccer. We don't want to lose that from the world game.
Harris's throw. It's back to actually win a piece of it. Here's Sammy holding things up. Back to Villalobos as Raymond Lee to the outside. Forward for Sammy. Sammy turns, cuts, kind of loses control of it. Has it knocked away from him, and here comes OKC. Thomas. Dalgard. Pulls back, head up. Cross from Dalgard. This is good build up in possession from OKC now. Energy. Central ball from, finds Thomas, turns, looks for Koenig inside the box, and boy, Watley just in the right place at the right time as Koenig had turned. Watley slides in, got a piece of it with the right foot to knock it out, and gets a handshake there from Feener.
Yeah, Watley did well there. Had to time that, of course, but just poked a leg out. Conceded the corner, but better than conceding a goal. Well done, Watley. And now let's see if the Roughnecks can defend this corner.
And as you were able to see on the feed, he has played every minute so far this season for the Roughnecks back four. Oh, dangerous ball that slides through to Highland and finally cleared away by David Abador. Kaleem links up from midfield. One touch there from Kaleem around the outside edge. And Cyprian Hedrick comes over with a great sliding tackle to knock Kaleem off of the ball. And you can head to your local Green Country Chevy dealer and take home the new face of Strong after that tackle, the 2016 Silverado 1500.
Well, first of all, the attack from Kaleem, I mean, he had to go on his own there because he didn't have much support, although Ochoa did well to get up there with him. But I mentioned Cyprian Hedrick before the game. That was an excellent tackle because he'd gone past Highland, had Kaleem, and then across came Cyprian Hedrick, and there was only going to be one winner, and it was a fair tackle and a good tackle, and the danger was averted. But well done, Kaleem.
You can keep up to date with the USL all season long by visiting the new USLsoccer.com for everything you need to know about the USL and its 29 teams. Koenig. Knocked away by Villalobos. Chinnerazzo with a neat turn. Plays into space. Villalobos will leave for Raymond Lee. Lee goes to the touchline. Inside to Pellegrino. Pellegrino turns. Diagonal run. Ballou, good touch to the outside for Lee. Lee's service comes off the back of the defender, and a throw in deep now in the corner for the Roughnecks.
And that is the way, Pop. They've got to keep playing it. You know, start again at 0-0. I know they're 2-0 down, but that was great play from the Roughnecks.
Throw in from Lee. Kaleem actually got a piece of it, and now foul being called.
Kaleem just leaning in there. I've seen worse, but free kick inside the 6-yard box for Cody Lorendi, who, as you said, has only conceded, 5, I think, all season.
Yes.
So, you know, he's a pretty decent goalkeeper. But the Roughnecks would say, by their own admission, they need to test him more. They haven't had the opportunities to test him, maybe just the Brady Ballou chance early on. But that was a good move from the Roughnecks, and they need to remember that. And as I say again, keep playing, keep playing. They've got to keep playing in this game to stay in it. Next goal, vital.
Lorendi had a big save here early, came in with 18, 78% save percentage so far in the season. A nice turn, Dalgard inside the box, has the angle. Feener gets the save, and then the clearance away from David Abador to save what could potentially have been goal number 3 for the Energy.
Well, exactly. Sebastian Dalgard couldn't believe it. It was like the parting of the Red Sea. And, you know, he looked down and the next person he saw was Jake Feener. And Jake Feener dove and put out a left hand to stop that. And then there's Dave Abador, who nearly belted the ball into Feener. And that could have been another tearful moment for the Roughnecks if that had come off Feener and gone in. But alas, it's away. It's a corner. And they survived. Good goalkeeping, Jake Feener.
Here's the corner. Trickles outside the 18, the blast way over the top of the bar from Busco.
Yeah, Roughnecks survive. Popeye said the next goal is vital. Obviously, you want to be going at 2-1 if you can at half-time, you know, rather than 3-0. Obvious thing to say, but they're going to be a hard nut to crack now, OKC, because, you know, 2-0. Some people say it's a difficult lead, but, you know, they are hard to break down. So Roughnecks have got to keep playing, though, and get in behind that green wall at the back there.
Villalobos knocked down there from Gonzalez, who has a goal here this evening in the 28th minute.
Well, tell us how you're feeling at Roughnecks Radio. We'd love to get a tweet from you. Here's Raymond Lee.
Lee's service misses Ochoa, and Brady Ballou took a tumble there inside the 6.
Yeah, it was a good ball in from Raymond Lee. He's got a good left foot on him when he puts that cross in. I don't think we're going to get a replay of that, but Brady Ballou was last man there. Of course, we should say, going back to Lorendi, that he's got a coach who was a former MLS goalkeeper Jimmy Nielsen, a very fine goalkeeper in his time.
We were up at Swope, and there were obviously pictures of Jimmy Nielsen covering most of the training facility there at Swope, bringing sporting championship. You saw Jimmy before the game in David Irving's office.
I did, and he shook my hand, and I would say they were goalkeeping hands, Pop. And he's a very big guy, but he seemed a very nice guy as well.
Raymond Lee comes up for the challenge there.
I'm sure being, you know, respecting Coach Irvin, Jimmy Nielsen's learned a few Englishisms as well from David, but they were having a good old chat. But as David said, you know, once that whistle goes, no love lost. They would just be barking their instructions on, kicking every ball, wanting every decision. So then they can shake hands again at the end. But at the moment, Nielsen's got the better, and that's a header just over as well. Roughnecks do not want to concede another one before half-time.
That was Koenig there as we are in the 44th minute. We'll see how much extra time is added. Gonzalez really had nowhere to go with that. Fiener one touch to the opposite side of Koenig. Abador plays forward. A good header there from Kaleem that finds Lee. And Lee just dumps it to the opposite end of the 18. Here's Lorendi as Pellegrino finally forced the issue. Raymond Lee has a little bit of time and space here. Dribbling past midfield. Links up with Ballou. One touch from Brady. Nice turn there and a cut to the inside from Ballou. Ochoa leads for Henry, and Henry allowed Koenig to win that ball directly in front of him. Roughnecks win it back, however. Lobos turns now from the center circle. Head up. As Chinarato to the outside on the touchline. Good ball there from Gus. Gustavo Wadley for Henry. Walshman plays forward. Hedrick, his header, hits Sammy directly in the chest. He comes over, challenges Dalgard. Dalgard got a piece of Wadley as he flew by. We have 1 minute of stoppage time added.
He does here, and I think he felt that one. Tackles, but it was just a full-blooded tackle. Watley won't mind that. He's up again now.
And he's got his hands full with Koenig. Oh, nice leave there. Cut inside the box and offsides as the AR's flag on the opposite side is up.
Well, David Irvin, you know, he will earn his money again at half-time by giving a stern talking to. He'll talk about the things get about in this first half. He will also be talking about the positive things they've done well and they can do well in the second half. And if they can get the next goal, it's game on.
I will say the most impressive portion of Oklahoma City so far this evening has been Highland, Dalgard with Busco and Wojciech. Throw Thomas in there at times, but then the number 9 Koenig who comes in. Those and that combination of players play extremely well with each other and have linked up several times. As the referees now are having a chat with Adriano Pellegrino here towards the end of the first half, as we have played the full 45 and 1 minute of stoppage time here in Tulsa. It was the goal from Wojciech in the 20th minute and also a goal from Gonzalez in the 28th minute. That has given us our score of 2-0 OKC heading into the locker room at halftime. We will take a timeout as well. Jeremy Poplin, Dave Saunders with you. This is Tulsa Roughnecks Soccer on your home for the Roughnecks, 1300 The Buzz.
Become a fan of the USL on Facebook and follow on Twitter for league news, interactive content, and have a chance to win exclusive giveaways. And remember that all USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in high definition on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. Visit the new USLsoccer.com, get the latest news and live stats, and check out the new social media hub. Fans, it's time now for the Bank of Oklahoma Kick for Cash. Justin, who are tonight's contestants?
All right, Kirk, we got some good ones down here tonight. Representing the Roustabouts, I got Matt over here, closest to the Roustabouts over there. And representing La Union, I got my man Miguel. All right, they got 30 seconds and 5 soccer balls. Whoever scores the most goals in the quickest amount of time is going home with $50 cash, courtesy of the Bank of Oklahoma. Then they got the big money kick for $100 or the small goal for $200. Gentlemen, are you guys ready? Miguel, you ready? Matt, you ready? On your mark, get set, go! And they're off. 30 seconds here. Matt's wide on the first one. Miguel's bouncing that one in. He's got one in. We got 1-1 so far. 2-1 Miguel. Matt just went wide on number 3. We got 3 over there. There's one more in the middle. One more in the middle there, Miguel. We got 3. Matt, get the last one right here. What do we got? We got 3-2. Miguel sinks number 4, and Matt just a little bit wide. Miguel, congratulations, my man. Come over here. Miguel, you're going home with $50, courtesy of the Bank of Oklahoma. All right, KJ, kick me a soccer ball over here. All right, Miguel. The big question, you've already got $50 from the Bank of Oklahoma. Now, from right here, let's see. Do you want to go for the big goal for only $100, or we can bring that small goal out there and you can go for $200? What do you think?
Small goal.
We're going with a small goal. Bring that baby out there. All right. For an additional $200. Thank you, Oily. All right, Miguel. From this spot right here, he's already got $50 for an additional $200. Come on, Roughnecks Nation. Let's hear it for him. Come on, Miguel. Let's see what you got. The kick is, oh, just a bit wide. Hey, you know what, though? $50 is quite a bit of drinking money out here. Great job there, Miguel. Let's give it up for Miguel right here, and Matt out here having some fun with the Bank of Oklahoma Kick for Cash.
Fans, check out the video board for the halftime stats. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. Now it's time for the El Guapo's Cantina Dizzy Punt. Here's Justin to introduce tonight's contestants.
All right, Kirk, we got the 2 supporters groups, the 2 real supporters groups that are here tonight, that are out here representing again. We got Roger with the Roustabouts and Dan with La Union, and they're gonna play the El Guapo's Dizzy Punt. All right, Roger, you're up first. Put that head down, 10 spins, on your mark, get set, go! There's 1, 2, come on, Roger, come on, Roughnecks Nation, let's hear it for him. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, pick that ball up right there. Come on. Give it a big punt, give it a big punt. Come on, let's hear it for him. Not bad, it went forward. That is a good start. Not bad, not bad. All right, Dan, you are up. Ready? On your mark, get set, go. There's one good one. 2, come on, Dan. 4, 5, uh-oh, it's getting slower. There it is, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, Dan, right here, pick it up, give it a big kick. Dan, that was a little short. That one's gonna go to Roger. Roger, congratulations. You're going home with a gift card courtesy of El Guapo, and because Roger won, everyone in the rig is going home with some free tacos. Let's give it up for these guys right here.
Your attention, please. Would Kristen Van Buskirk please go to guest services? That's Kristen Van Buskirk. Please go to guest services. Fans, the Roughnecks extend a special welcome to Metro Tulsa Soccer Clubs United for joining us at tonight's match. And now once again, here's Justin on the field with details about the rest of this evening and the Roughnecks' next home match.
Yeah, that's right, Kirk. We are not done. We got a whole nother half of fun, and the party does not stop after that. But first, we are still looking for contestants for our bubble soccer that's going to go on. Right in front of the old Derek, we got my friends over at Sports U. You have to go over there to sign up if you want to participate in this. Go see them over there and sign up for tonight's bubble soccer. So right after the match tonight, we are going to do the Roustabouts man of the match, followed by autographs. Then we got fireworks, so don't leave before the fireworks. Hang out for the fireworks. And then after the after party is over at Lefty's on the corner of Greenwood and Archer. We want to see everyone over there. The team's going to be over there. Coach is going to be over there. It's an all ages after party. $1 off domestics, and Roughneck 83 specialty mixed drinks are only $5. So make sure you guys go check that out. Then these guys are heading out for a little bit. Well, we got our summer camp coming up. I want to make sure you guys know about it. Kids can sign up for this. Parents, check this out. If they want to learn from the Roughnecks players, make sure you guys go to guest services or give us a call to learn about our kids camp. Spaces are filling very, very quickly, and the dates were in June 13th through the 16th. So get your space, limited space. Make sure you guys get that. Then we are coming back in town on Friday, June the 17th. Check this out right here. The first 1,500 fans are gonna get a Christian model bobblehead. Get here early. It's a 7:30 kickoff. Gates are at 6:30. Get here early to get one of these limited edition Christian Mata bobbleheads. All right, Roughnecks Nation, keep getting loud, keep standing, and let's beat Oklahoma City.
The Roughnecks thank News on 6 at 97.1 The Sports Animal for sponsoring tonight's match. The Tulsa Roughnecks are proud to have these fine sponsors helping us put on tonight's match and fireworks show. Thanks again to News on 6 and 97.1 The Sports Animal. Roughnecks fans, get on your feet and get loud. It's time for the Mark Miller Buick GMC T-shirt toss!
Roughnecks Nation, I told you guys you gotta get loud. Get out of those seats, let's hear you. If you want one of these Mark Miller Paint Tulsa Orange T-shirts, I gotta hear you guys. Come on, keep it going here, keep it going. Got a couple more right here. Two more. Who wants them? All right, last one right here. Last one right here. I don't know, it's gonna be tough. I gotta go up this way. Oh, broke midair. That t-shirt toss was brought to you by our good friends over at Mark Miller Buick GMC.
Now direct your attention to the video board for upcoming promotions here at One Oak Field.
On the 17th of June, the first of the doubleheader with Los Stills. One more timeout to fit in, and when we come back, we'll be ready to go with the second half. Live from One Oak Field, it's Jeremy Poplin and Dave Saunders with you here on Tulsa Roughnecks Soccer. Nice turn, Dalgard inside the box, has the angle. Feener gets the save, and then the clearance away from David Abador to save what could.
in the Roughnecks' favour with that save. If we can get an early goal, as you say, Pop, it really is game on. But if the OKC Energy come out and they score the third, very, very big hill to climb. Let's hope, let's be optimistic, and let's hope the Roughnecks can do this.
Well, and this is an Energy team that has only given up 1 goal in the second half the entire season. Compare that to 6 given up in the second half by the Roughnecks. Now, that 6 can be maybe a tad bit deceiving because the last home game against St. Louis saw 4 of those 6 given up. So still, only 1 goal given up by the Energy in the second half, and we are underway with the throw in quickly. Choa settles with the chest, and Henry just kind of knocks that one forward. Pellegrino's ball did not have the proper angle on it, trying to find Ballou, but it bounces back to Adriano. He's knocked down from behind. Roughnecks will keep possession here. Adriano is still down. Square now to Raymond Lee.
He's up again now, Pellegrino. Tough cookie, isn't he, to knock off the ball and knock out of a game. He's up again. He'll want, just like everybody else, in an orange shirt and Jake Fina's yellow for 3 points for the Roughnecks.
The switch from Villalobos to the opposite side, and Wadley under pressure has a throw-in now that Chinnarazzo will take up near midfield.
Statistics are there to be broken, aren't they? But I'm reading one here that says that trailing at halftime, the Roughnecks have an 0-3-0 record. So let's hope they can break that tonight, Pop, and come back from this 2-0 deficit.
Well, the stats at halftime: 2 goals from OKC, shots 9 from the Energy. 4 of those were on goal. Only 2 shots for the Roughnecks, 1 on goal. 2 corner kicks apiece. 7 fouls committed by Tulsa, 5 by OKC, and we have not had a booking, which is somewhat of a rarity for the Roughnecks this season.
But compliment the referee with that. That's a great ball in from Pellegrino. Gary Chinnarazzo, excuse me.
Clearance by Harris. Yeah, the Roughnecks, 20 yellow cards this season is the total. Sammy has 3. He is leading the way for the Roughnecks.
I noticed that all the subs came out to warm up, you know, a good sort of 10 minutes at half-time, and they're really stretching over there. So you look at the bench, maybe Taylor Morgan will come on and offer something different up front. Will he risk Christian Madder, who's kind of 75% fit, you know? Some changes, as we know, David likes to make them around about the 60-minute mark, so we'll see what happens after another 13 or 14 minutes.
Dalgard had cut inside and was kind of sandwiched in between 2 defenders, including Chinnarazzo. And you're right about Mata. Mata has only had really 2 days of practice after spending almost 2 weeks in a boot. That ankle injury has just not responded the way that they wanted it to. Was injured in the early portion of the season. Mata, as a matter of fact, one of the leading scorers for the Roughnecks last season, has only appeared in 4 games, has played a total of 31 minutes. Actually, 3 games is all that he has appeared in. And if you hear David Irving speak, David will tell you that Christian Mata hasn't kicked a ball for us yet this season.
Yeah, he's one of those players that, you know, he might risk him tonight for the last 10 minutes and just say, go and nick us a goal from somewhere. You know, we talk about him at his best. He's one of those little players that will get in behind and in between defenders and, you know, make something happen. So let's see what happens tonight with this throw, though.
Fiener comes way out, reaches over the top of Thomas. Elects to go short, sliding through. It's Highland.
Highland's had a pretty good game, hasn't he? He's been involved in both of the goals. He got the assist on those 2 goals and was way up the field there up against Gary Chinnarazzo.
Well, and on that side, on for the Energy, that is where most of their success has come from.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And he's come up from left back to do that. So we will see what's going to unfold, Pop, in the next 40 minutes.
Good touch from Henry back to Wadley. Abidor now cuts to the inside. Ball low, played on the ground, intercepted there, looking to link up with Ochoa. There's Gonzalez that gets around Villalobos. Villalobos tried to pull Gonzalez down, and ball that slips just to the opposite side of the post. That was a battle there between Villalobos and Gonzalez. Gonzalez turns and looks at the official and says, hey, Villalobos essentially had both hands wrapped around me and kind of pulled me back a bit to impede my progress.
Yeah, but the referee would say, well, you did well, you stayed on your feet, and you created a goal-scoring opportunity. So, you know, yeah, Villalobos was at fault there, but well played to Gonzalez for playing on, and thankfully it went wide of the target. And again, a good advantage played. That's a loose ball from David Abidor.
Dead giveaway there from inside the arc. That will not make Coach Irving happy. See David there kind of turns away there for a brief moment.
Yeah, it's frustrating as a coach, isn't it? I mean, he's doing everything he can. And I say again, he keeps his powder dry. He just, you know, gets on with it. That's football, that's life. But it must be so sickening when we say again, you have the best part of the game for the first 18 minutes and then you concede 2 within 10 minutes of that mark, and you go in 2-0 down. But I'm sure he's given them a great team talk. I'm sure he's got ideas with his substitutions, and we'll see who gets the next goal, because that could be crucial.
Ball to the outside. Cross as Gonzalez runs onto it. Kaleem trickling back, has it now.
Well done, Kaleem, deep in his own territory there, winning the throw. Leaves it for Raymond Leaves, back at left back. Gary Chinnaratsu able to play it right back. And Chinnaratsu's not been able to get forward much tonight, has he? We haven't seen him in those great runs he makes up the right-hand side. Not been able to do it. That's fair play to OKC, because they kept him quiet from doing that.
Angle ball to Gonzalez. Kooning plays it back for Harris. Hedrick to Harris one more time. From the center of the pitch, well, diagonal ball there to Dalgard, and Chinnaratsu just kind of shields it there with the chest back to Jake Feener.
I can see Tom Taylor talking to a substitute over there, so I think a few minutes earlier than David Owen likes to do, the Roughnecks will be making a change.
This is on. Here's Kooning. Plays that one directly at Jake Feener, and Danny Kooning is upset with himself. He's now bending over and taking some dirt off the front of the boot. He was on. The AR was actually a few steps behind on that play, and let the play continue. Speaking of letting it continue, here's Kaleem. Kaleem towards the byline, cuts inside, and good recovery defense on the sliding through there from the captain. That was Michael Thomas, and they will say this is off of Kaleem. Here's the play from
here's Danny Kooning. Yeah, by his standards, that is a woeful effort, isn't it? I mean, he is a born goal scorer, and
well, he hit that one with the right.
He hit it with the right. Pat should have gone with his left, and he, you know, by his own standards, should have done better. But thankfully he didn't, and maybe a sign that the luck is on the Roughnecks side. And I thought Kaleem, by the way, at the other end was a bit unlucky not to get a corner there.
The ball from Henry finds Ballou, and then had that one taken away from him. Kyle Highland wins. Roughnecks battle back, end up winning from midfield. Henry to Villalobos. To the outside touchline for Brady Ballou. Blue's ball in, cannot get past, but it falls to Henry. Henry's blast directly at Larendi.
Well, Henry doesn't score many goals, but he really couldn't hit that any sweeter. He looks to the skies as well. Good play from Brady Ballou. Good ball in that was headed away, came to Henry, and he struck it really, really well. And there is an offside. Danny Koenig is annoyed. The reason why he is annoyed, I think, is because he felt it was played on by a defender, and that rule has gone out. It doesn't matter now if it's an inadvertent touch by a defender. It used to be that anybody, you know, was onside, but that rule has changed, so that's a correct call from the AR. We won't go through the offside rule or its changes now. There's not enough
Get you
time.
a raise as a rules expert.
Well, when I used to play, you know, if the ball went through and it hit a defender on the leg, the chest, the head, anything, you were onside.
Yes.
If you were in an offside position. But that rule has now changed, and it's got to be a deliberate sort of pass back. But that is the rule. Here, more importantly, the Roughnecks. Great ball in.
Nice ball in. An opportunity for Sammy.
Sammy's first opportunity of the night, but there's Brady Ballou at his best, getting in a perfect cross. And, you know, the tide is turning a little bit in favour of the orange here.
Played back from Ochoa to Lee. Lee, nice move towards the byline. Plays in with the left. Pellegrino could not get there in enough time.
Perfect cross from Raymond Lee there. Went past the defender like he wasn't there.
Oh, there's a hack from behind. As Henry gets up and applauds.
Yeah, real opportunity here. Don't forget, at Roughnecks Radio, all one word. We'd love a tweet from you. I don't think we've had any tweets tonight, so tell us where you are watching and listening from, and also, you know, can the Roughnecks do it tonight? And here is a perfect opportunity. Colleen looks to be favourite to hit this one. Pellegrino's there as well, Pop. Over to you.
It's La Union 918 there in the background behind the goal. The Hispanic supporters group. Kaleem from the corner of the 18 has a go. And Larindi watches this one sky over the top of the bar.
That's a good effort from Kaleem. He went for the nearest top corner to him. We'll get, I'm sure, a replay in a minute. In the end, about a foot over the bar. No save for Larindi to make, but at least Larendi's goal is under pressure now from the Roughnecks in this second half.
Kaleem's one goal this season came in San Antonio. Here's the replay you were asking for on the YouTube feed.
Gets it over the three-man wall, and there I said about a foot over, no save for the keeper to make. But well done, Kaleem, good effort.
Gonzalez. Kaleem almost was able to sneak that one away. Harris. Busco. Thomas, the captain, one touch. Oklahoma City now to try to stretch the Roughnecks a bit here. Here's a little bit of pressure from Sammy.
I think we're going to see Christian Madder come into the fray. He's getting ready. It could be a double change, but I think, Pop, if my eyes don't deceive me, that is number 14, Christian Madder, doing some stretching of the hamstrings, and let's hope he can get on and get a goal. But it's a free kick, some defending for the Roughnecks to do at this juncture.
He has the training top off and the jersey on. Also takes the watch off and hands it there to young Connor. USL does a great job on social media, including on Instagram, to see match highlights and action shots from games around. Check out at USL Soccer on Instagram. Feener up in the air, has that one easily. I'd like to thank all of you for watching in on YouTube as well. All USL matches are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Follow the action on the USL YouTube channel. Good ball there, played in. It's a nice run. There's Chinarazzo, who came from the back line.
And that was the first time that we've seen Chinarazzo make that overlapping run. Brady Ballou just a lovely cushion ball in, and there was Cyprian Hedrick to foil the danger. Here's the sub.
We'll have two subs coming in for the Roughneck side, and this will be Taylor Morgan and Christian Mata. One sub will be Adriano Pellegrino. And that should be
coming in the 60th minute for Tulsa.
That will be for Taylor Morgan.
Number 14, Christian Mata.
And Christian Mata will make his appearance for Colleen.
Well, what you can say now is it's almost a 4-3-3 because you've got Taylor Morgan, you've got Christian Mata, and you've got Sammy Ochoa. So 3 strikers on now. David Irvin really going for this. Christian Mata's gone out to the left. Sammy Ochoa's up front in the centre forward spot. Taylor Morgan will cause some trouble on the right, and throw in Brady Ballou as well. It's almost like a 4-2-4. Leeds of the 70s, for anybody that remembers that.
That was a foul on Koenig, and then another foul on Koenig.
Chance for players to get forward. I think Watley's gone forward there, the number 4.
Koenig, of course, had that just torrid pace last season to start. Jack McBean is 2 games in front of that pace that happened last season, and Koenig has only 2 goals so far on the season for the Energy. Here's Raymond Lee. Nice sliding tackle from Thomas, the captain.
So Christian Mata on, good to see him back.
We'll have another sub coming up now for the Roughnecks. This will be for Henry.
It's Anthony Peters, isn't it?
Replaces number 7, Henry.
The unmistakable figure of Anthony Peters. What is he, Pop? 6'6", 6'5"? And he will come on. I think Dave Abidor has gone into the midfield. It's quite an attacking formation, so Peters will come on at centre-back with Watley. And you've still got Lee and Chenarazzo at left back and right back respectively, and then you've got Abidor sitting in front of that back 4.
Good hustle there from Villalobos, helping back from midfield. Come take that ball away. Wojciech did not see Gus pacing behind him. Chenarazzo's ball forward. Oh, how about that defensive play there from Highland? Came sliding in front of Ballou. Ball for Koenig. Oh, Koenig's touch just failed him there. That's a couple of times tonight.
Yeah, thank goodness it did as well. But Koenig's had a good couple of looks at goal, and unlike Sammy Ochoa tonight, who's had 1/2 chance with his head. Let's hope Ochoa now in the last 28 minutes can get something in on goal. It's a very brave attacking lineup this from David Irvin.
Well, unfortunate there, just a misplayed ball from Sammy Ochoa. Watley quickly has to slide in front of Dalgard, who was on a dead sprint towards that ball. 63rd minute, 2-0 Oklahoma City here at One Oak Field in Tulsa.
Yeah, you can say it is pretty much a 4-3-3. Obviously, Taylor Morgan, well, he's been told to go up front now with Sammy Ochoa. And Christian Mata's playing a slightly deeper role, helping out in the midfield, but he'll break away to the left-hand side. So, well done, Coach Irvin. Really going for this. They need the next goal.
That was Villalobos with the clear. Hedrick's header in front of Mata. Roughnecks win this throw. Still plenty of time.
Still plenty of time, as you say, Pop, and you cannot fault the effort. I will say everybody in an orange shirt is really trying hard for the cause here. They just need an open chance on Lorendi's goal. And I think it will come. I think it will come tonight. There will be a chance on goal. Can the Roughnecks take it?
Throw in from Gary, finds Morgan. Morgan, one touch. Hedrick comes flying through.
Well played, Taylor Morgan there. Low drive, driven cross from the right-hand side. Here's Chenarazzo with the throw.
Oh, nice throw from the byline, and even better ball. And a tremendous effort there from Christian Mata.
Well, that was virtually his first touch, and he was kind of a side volley, and there was Hedrick again to clear virtually off the line.
Morgan somehow wins that ball. Brady Ballou pulls back, looking for help now. Leaves it for Chinnerazzo. Back to Morgan. Abador in the proper position. Pulls back. And Abador's all right at the edge of the 6-yard box. No trouble at all for Lorendi.
But, you know, good pressure. There's the replay on the big screen of the Christian Matter chance, and there was Cyprian Hedrick. Keeper was beaten.
Thomas. Busco had to spin away. Right on the edge of the center circle to outside touchline near half line. Wasted ball there from Highland into the 18. Feener scoops it up with one hand.
There you can see the 4-4-2 rigidly kept by Jimmy Nielsen's men.
Here's Raymond Lee trying to fight there with Gonzalez. Gonzalez pushes through and wins. Abador wins a ball from midfield. Mata. Nice touch to David. Finds Ray Lee. Ochoa now dribbling. Dumps it to the corner for Ray Lee. Left-footed cross towards the back post. Slips over the top. Chinnerazzo is there. Plays the ball back over. And now a corner coming up for the Roughnecks. So pressure continuing to be applied.
Pressure is the word I was going to use as well, Pop. You're absolutely right. And, you know, can the Roughnecks get an open chance on goal? Everybody back in, bar none, for the OKC Energy. They've just got to soak this up. You know, 2-0's a difficult score to defend. If the Roughnecks can get this goal, we do have a grandstand finish. Here's the corner.
This is Villalobos as the referee takes his typical step in and says enough of that, pushing inside the box. Gus's ball cleared away. That was Kooning from the forward spot. Sammy. Ball was kept in off of the Energy player.
Yeah, wasn't the best ball from Gus there for Sammy, was it? But he did well to get something on it. But still got possession of the men in orange.
Chinnerazzo swings it to the opposite side from Abador to Ballou. Ballou has Villalobos. And that is your typical Brady Ballou move, who fakes and feints to the inside. That nice little touch to the outside there, trying to get to the byline. And he is crashed into by one of the defenders there. Brady is down. He's going to hop up.
Well, Dalgard wasn't happy with the assistant referee there, saying, you know, I didn't obstruct, but it clearly was. I mean, Brady Ballou had pushed the ball past him, and Dalgard just stood in his way. So it's a correct decision. And a free kick and another chance. Lots of orange shirts inside the box here, Pop.
3 yards outside of the 18.
Is this the moment?
Just to the opposite edge of, almost at a diagonal from the corner. Maybe 2 steps to the inside. Ballou. Ballou's ball played there. Got a piece of it, did Peters. Not much of it, though. As you saw, boy, Hedrick went flying. Also another one of the defenders, I believe. Yeah, that was Harris who went down. Sammy Ochoa was flying through, as we will see on the replay.
Came off Hedrick in the end, didn't it? Nothing for Lorendi to do but to dive on the ball, and 2 defenders go down, including Cyprian Hedrick, and Sammy Ochoa gets up. But, you know, again, we talk about that word pressure. And, you know, there's pressure on Lorendi's goal, which wasn't happening in the first half. So good signs, good substitutions from Coach Irvin. He's doing everything he can. Can the players on the field do everything they can? Remembering this is a local derby and you are 2-0 down to your local rivals. Of course, we get 3 more games against OKC, I think I'm right in saying, Pop?
Yes.
So all is not lost, but, you know, Roughnecks need a fight back here and get at least a draw out of this game.
Athletic trainer was coming over and checking on Hedrick. Like maybe Cyprian had taken a shot upstairs.
He's got to come off the field, such are the laws of the game. Sammy Ochoa saying, do you want me to pass it back to the keeper. The referee's just going to drop the ball and let the keeper have it, which is sensible.
Athletic trainer gave Cyprian the follow my finger. Was checking the eyes to make sure everything was okay from Cyprian, and he has been awarded back onto the field.
And we say again, what a quality defender he is.
Yes.
Always been impressed with him every time I've seen him.
Dalgard tries the turn against Chinarato. Gary has to play this one out. Gives the Roughnecks a chance and a moment to reset here in the 71st minute now. OKC leading 2-0. Case & Associates is your home for the Roughnecks players when they're not on the pitch, and you can look to Case for your apartment needs. You can find Case & Associates online at caseusa.com. That one well behind Jake Feener.
Yep, good soaking up there, and Roughnecks are still in this game, but, you know, something needs to happen, you know, fairly quickly. We've still got 20 minutes here. But we need to keep that pressure.
Peters gets his first touch and settles. Chinarato from out wide. Trying to find Ballou. Here's Dalgard, hacked down from behind from Peters. And the referee wants to have a chat with Anthony Peters, and this will be a yellow card for Anthony Peters, who can't believe it. Sammy Ochoa over there pleading the case to the official.
You know, I think Anthony Peters just got the wrong side there, but let's hope, you know, OKC don't get anything from this. I think Sammy Ochoa's just got to come away from the referee now. He's made his decision, and you know, we want the ball back in play as quickly as possible. So everybody back. Peters goes into the book. Here's the replay here, and I think you'll see this is a good threaded ball going through here.
Dalgard, nice, or excuse me, Koenig, nice touch there on the inside of Wadley.
Yeah, having seen it again, I think he played the ball, and I think he's very unlucky, A, to get called for the foul, and B, very unlucky to get a yellow card. I didn't see anything malicious in that at all.
Well, this is right outside the arc. Here's one more look at it on the feed as we get set for the free kick. Almost directly on the arc, played in and over the top. Feener went diving to his right.
Well, I'm really glad that OKC didn't get anything from that, because having seen that again, and of course I say again, the referee only gets one look at it. I thought Peters played the ball. I thought he you know, he was strong in the tackle, and the lad went over, and it was a yellow card, which I think is very unlucky.
You can keep up to date with the USL all season long by visiting the new USLsoccer.com for everything that you need to know about the USL and its 29 teams.
Sammy Ochoa there just running out of a little bit of luck there. The ball came off him, and he's telling the ball boy there to get the ball back in.
Here's a sub for Oklahoma City.
Number 15, Evans Frimpong.
Dalgard
number 7,
is out
Sebastian Dalgard.
For OKC after having a very productive night so far.
And I think it's Evans Frimpong who's come on, and he's gone to the right-hand side, which means Gonzalez has gone to the left-hand side. Still a 4-4-2, as you would expect from OKC.
Played inside the box. That one, boy, just hammered right at Jake Feener.
Well, do you know, OKC, that was a chance from Wojciech there, wasn't it? I think, you know, they've had the chance to kill this game off, but they haven't done it. And Roughnecks must be feeling here, you know, there's still a chance in this game. Time a little bit against them now. 16 minutes of the normal 90 to go. Here they come again.
Abador from Morgan. Morgan with his back to the goal. Continued on that run there, did Taylor Morgan. Morgan slid through, and they'll get a foul back at that spot.
Taylor Morgan just having a talking to again from the more experienced referee.
Frimpong, by the way, who came in, is from Ghana. Began his youth career for the Liberty FC. Chinarata was giving up several inches there on that 50-50 ball in the air. Played back over the halfway point. Taken away there. Here's Mata. Out of the reach of Christian Mata. Sammy tries to swing it to the opposite side. Bounced off of the defender. Goes to the other side for Baloo. Baloo, one touch there. Sliding tackle from Highland. Ends up saving the day.
Baloo is getting more and more confident in this game. It's a good sign. If we go on to lose this game, it's a good sign. One of the good signs will be Brady Baloo playing on that favoured right wing position. And he went round the defender there. Defender's pretty good though, isn't he, Highland? And he got back. But Brady Baloo's confidence is coming back.
Clearly the best that he's looked so far this season.
Yes, I'd agree.
Abador trying to find Taylor Morgan, unable to do so. Thomas to Highland. Highland's ball up the touchline. OKC building from the back, trying to keep as much possession as they can. Harris. Frimpong gets by a sliding Raymond Lee, who just slipped down. Frimpong's ball knocked away. From the middle third. It's OKC swinging it to the near touchline. Now back inside. They'll test the middle. Kooning outside the arc. Holds the ball up. Will play back. Harris calling for it. Right at the edge of the offensive third for OKC. Morgan comes over to provide pressure. Back to Harris. Here's Frimpong. Hills on the touchline. Nice little triangle there from the energy. Frimpong. Just a simple game of keep away now from the Roughnecks.
Yeah, Roughnecks can't get the ball, can they? And as you say, it's keep away, and that's all OKC have got to do. Nothing flashy here. They're just going to kill this time out and try and win this 2-0.
Abador challenge there on Thomas. It's a nice flip to Highland. Highland now. Had Chinarata turned around for a brief second. Gary fights back, and a corner now, one in favor of OKC.
Well, the run from Highland there has got to be tracked by Brady Baloo. If he's coming up from left back Highland, and just all of a sudden Gary Chinarata had two players around him. Brady Baloo back in there now.
This will be the left-footed corner. Swings out. Oh, and the header just missed the post.
Well, Michael Thomas came in there. Not one of the bigger men by any stretch of the imagination, but he had almost a free header there, and he headed it just wide of that left-hand post. But again, the game not being killed off by OKC, getting that third goal. 12 minutes to go. Still hope for the Roughnecks here.
Lee to Mata. Mata dumps for Raymond Lee. Good ball from Raymond Lee. Finds Morgan fighting against the difficult Hedrick. Oh, somehow Raymond Lee cuts in between, and his cross is just cut down in the midair from Cyprian Hedrick.
Wonderful play from Lee. Just went between two defenders, but there was that man, Hedrick. Nothing has got past him tonight at all.
Villalobos. Abador. Baloo's touch, looking for Sammy. And last touch by Sammy Ochoa for the goal kick now for OKC. Akolto is the new official jersey sponsor of the Tulsa Roughnecks.
Oklahoma City.
Infused with blue agave and citrus flavor and blended with lager-aged and tequila barrel staves. Oculto delivers a distinctive taste experience unlike any other beer. 25-ounce man cans are available now at One Oak Field, and we have 2 changes.
Well, I can tell you that Danny Koenig and Vucic Wojciech, the front 2, have both been replaced, and it's a straight swap for the 2 that came on. And it's Jordan Rideout who's come on at number 21 up front, and also the number 10 Tim Jansen, excuse me. So straight swap, the front 2 can be rested now for the last 10 minutes, and a fresh 2 up front. Still 4-4-2.
80 minutes are gone now here at One Oak Field. Jeremy Poplin, Dave Saunders with you. It's a pleasure to be on this call and a great night in Tulsa. When we started, it was 82 degrees. You can tweet questions to us at Roughnecks Radio if you would like. Tulsa trying to pull back within 1 goal here in the final moments of play. It was a goal in the 20th minute from Wojciech, and in the 28th minute from Gonzalez. That has been the difference here. It's from Prong. His ball played in, it's loose. Fighting for it are the Energy. They come away with it, and then hammered off the side of the net. Oh, Jake Feener could not come up with that loose ball, and they escape.
Well, he seemed to have it twice, didn't he? And the third time he dropped it, and they do escape, as you said. In the end, I think it was an effort in the side netting. So they survive, still 2-0, still a chance.
It was Wadley that was standing there next to Feener that had to battle and keep that one away. Brady Ballou, who has by far had his best performance of the season tonight.
Yeah, he certainly has. He's drifted inside a little bit now. Gary Chenaratsu has been asked to push on as the Roughnecks still go more attacking.
Peters. Ball towards the corner. Raymond Lee was not making the run on the touchline, and Ochoa was the next closest Roughneck that was there. And again, thank you to all of you watching in on YouTube. All of the USL matches are live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Follow the action on the USL YouTube channel. Lorendi's only had 1 big save so far this evening. A couple of the other shots from the Roughnecks have been directly at him, including Henry's blast here in the second half.
Yeah, he's a good keeper, isn't he? But they would have liked to have worked him a little bit more. And I'm sure Sammy Ochoa would say, you know, I'd love the service to be able to put some shots on the frame. But Sammy's really been marked very well by the defence.
Settled down. Frimpong. Harris. There's a foul from midfield. 3 yards to the inside of the center circle. Nike Soccer and Nike, a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. Nike Soccer, so affiliated with the Jordan brand, and the Jordan brand debuted their very first set of cleats and shoes with the Neymar line this week. Generato's ball forward. Not enough on that. Gets another opportunity. Touch to the inside for Ballou. Ballou to Morgan. Morgan cut down. That earns a foul here for Tulsa. And this will be a yellow card on Rideout, who just checked in.
That's a first Oklahoma Federal Credit Union yellow
Booked here in
card
the
for Oklahoma
85th
City.
minute.
In
And if the
85th
Roughnecks
minute,
are going to strike,
given to
this
number
would be the
21,
proper
Jordan
time.
Whiteout.
We'll get a replay here.
Yeah, he took him out, didn't he? Right out. It was a tough challenge. But the more important thing is the Roughnecks got a free kick pop, and with 5 minutes to go, they really must score now. Here's the ball in.
Played there, header. Ooh, Wadley just missed as Larendi's barking orders after that one.
Yeah, Watley got up well there, but it just glanced off his head rather than a full header on frame. No save for Larendi. And Larendi will be asked by the referee to quicken this up a little bit now. Still 2-0, but that was a chance from the Welshman.
Peters hacked that one away. Grimprong and Jansen.
Well, I don't think Jansen needs to do that. He rolled around like he'd been shot, and, you know, it was Peters. So whether there was anything in that one, trying to get a second yellow from the referee, but everybody's all right. They just need to get on with the game, I think, and that's all it is.
Now you see Busco in there, kind of mixing it up with Blue. Blue's in there, giving Hansen a little word. And I think both of them, I think that's why the Roughneck players came around, because like you said, it almost seemed like that there was a sniper on top of One Oak Field here.
Yeah, I don't think we need rolling around in a modern day game. Unfortunately, it does happen, but you don't need to roll around. One roll's enough.
You got the foul call already.
It's frustrating for the Roughnecks because it just means we've got, you know, we've got another minute wasted here. Sammy Ochoa's pleading with the referee for them just to get on with it.
And more time to be added. I thought Rosas, the official, has done a pretty solid job so far here this evening.
I agree with you. And I know, you know, sorry, just on official, I know you've got to start somewhere. And, you know, some of the referees we've seen here this season have been very young. I think this guy's a bit more experienced. And now there's a bit of an issue he's got to sort out here, the experienced referee.
Yeah, these two teams now, you can tell things are... Sammy comes over and shakes hands there with the Captain Thomas. I'm sure that there were a few words that have been exchanged back and forth. Long throw in. Comes back to Frimprong. Settled that one. Had to go.
Yeah, over the top into the roustabouts who'd never stop singing all night. We should compliment them. All the Tulsa fans have stuck with this, and we say again, Pop, as we look at those buildings and we look at downtown Tulsa here, what a wonderful place to commentate, a privileged position to be in.
There's another foul now as we approach 88 minutes gone.
Well, this is what OKC want. They just want to break up the last few minutes now and not let Tulsa have another sniff at goal. So Larendi will take all his time. Nielsen's having a chat with the fourth official.
Larendi plays short. Feener out to take that one away on the angle. Quickly with the punt, Hedrick, one touch, back to Peters, and Peters' header out of play, and a throw-in now coming up. Throw in from Harris towards the corner. Frimprong, corner of the 18. Generazzo steps in front. Into the 90th minute we go. See how much extra time has been added as the Roughnecks now in desperation.
It's the time of the match, I guess, when the roustabouts will be thinking about their man of the match. I think, you know, I would say Raymond Lee, I think, had a good game tonight. Brady Ballou's had one of his better games. I think, you know, nobody has given up. Nobody's been outstanding, but everybody's worked pretty hard. It's a difficult one to choose tonight, but I think, Pop, I don't know if you agree with me, I think I would go with the left back Raymond Lee for the Roughnecks.
I think both of those individuals that you just mentioned is probably the best choice. The hard tackle there from Sammy. Oklahoma City wins back the possession here, and they will be apt to keeping this. 3 minutes have been added. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Brimprong stepped over the ball and fell down. Raymond Lee comes through with the tackle. Still though the ball in the 18. Feener comes out to punch that one away. Had to step over the top of Peters and quickly had to retreat back inside the 6-yard box and does so. It's a dead run from Taylor Morgan. Good defending there to bump him off as Larendi has it.
And I think if you're looking at OKC's man of the match, I would, you know, my man Cyprian Hedrick, I think, has been outstanding. But I think you'd also go with Kyle Highland, who's had a pretty decent game at left back, got both assists and has attacked well and has defended well. I think he's a good signing for OKC. So those two players I would pick out, but they've all been pretty competent. You know, Thomas, the captain, is you know, an unsung hero in the middle, does a lot of the work, holds things together in the midfield. So, you know, if the Roughnecks are to lose this, though, we'll go back to the positives. We'll talk about that at the final whistle, I'm sure, Pop. But there are positives from tonight's game.
Taylor Morgan trying to run onto it. Ball played for Mata, and Cody Larendi has that one easily.
And there's another positive. You know, Christian Mata has got minutes under his belt. Good to have him back. I hope he's okay after this one.
Offsides. Probably around 1 minute left. Oklahoma City looking to remain unbeaten. And if they can hang on here, it will be unbeaten in 8 for OKC.
Yeah, they didn't have the best of starts, did they? But they didn't have a lot of games either, did they? But they've certainly got it together recently. David Avidor's had a fairly decent game, and Watley's done well as well.
Nice step over there from Mata for Lee. Lee's ball.
And there's Hedrick again.
Always in the right place.
He is, isn't he?
Here's Cyprian Hedrick. Oh, and the referee gets in the way, and Abidor runs over him. Referee had called a foul back to that point.
Not a pleasant experience for the referee there. A guy who's 6 foot plus coming running at you and taking you out. Would have been a good tackle in football, wouldn't it? Took him out, and
that would have been a decleater in football.
Right.
And that will do it from One Oak Field. Oklahoma City has come in and has defeated the Tulsa Roughnecks in the very first edition of the Black and Gold Derby here at One Oak Field by a score of 2-0. Oklahoma City now, as Jimmy Nielsen comes over to shake hands with David Irving, improves to 2-1-1 at One Oak Field, and on this season, unbeaten in 8, 4-1-4, and 16 points on the season now to the Energy. Tulsa will drop to 2-8-1 and remain at 7 points on the season. And that is the 3rd clean sheet of the season for Cody Larendi, who coming into tonight, had only given up 5 goals on the entire season, less than a goal per game average. And the Grid supporters who made their way down the turnpike have let the green smoke go, and they are celebrating here at One Oak Field. We will take a timeout. Thank you to those of you that were watching in on YouTube, as this was only the first game of 3 games between these two sides. And the next one will originate from Taft Stadium as you get a look at the backdrop here at One Oak Field. All the matches are on YouTube, courtesy of the USL. You can follow them on Twitter, at USL on Twitter, to keep up with all the live action during the season. And the Instagram page, might I say, is extremely nice to see match highlights and action shots from games around the USL. And don't forget Facebook, exclusive news and interactive content. I'm Jeremy Poplin. That is Dave Saunders. We will take a timeout and come back on the radio side. Oh.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.